Hello everyone, Chef Henry is my name from the Cooking School Uganda, and I want to appreciate you so very much for inviting me in your living room and share your afternoon with me. Today we're going to have a wonderful time. The last time I was with you, I left you salivating and hungry and wanting to jump into your screen, and today we're even going to have something much better, and you're going to love it. We're going to work with potatoes today, and here I have different varieties of potatoes. As you all know, I have this type that I'm going to use to give you beautiful, nice potato wedges, and then I have new potatoes. These are some are imported, some we have here from a different part of the country, and we shall use this to get sautéed potatoes. And then we're also going to have some potato salad. Just different ways of working with these guys here and have a variety, so you break the monotony of the same thing over and over again, and I know you're going to love it. Now, to get the potato wedges to start with, my potatoes have been washed and patted dry. If you wanted, you can peel it and work with it peeled, or you can spare it the way it is and work with it as is. I'm sure you watch the knife skills, and this is going to just be easy for you because you've been practicing. Take your knife and half your potato. Remember, we talked about a stable cutting surface in our episodes in the beginning, so we have a stable surface on our potato. Then we're going to quarter them. Now, depending on the size that you're looking for, you can quarter them like this, but this might be slightly bigger compared to what you want, and then you can go ahead and still, even the quarters, you half them. So take your knife again, and that means you get 8 pieces from a piece of potato. That will give you a perfect potato wedge. So we have our beautiful potato wedges here, 8 from one piece of potato. The reason, now this is a very, this is a trick that you need to understand. The reason I have my potatoes in the water is to avoid decoloring, because if they're exposed to air, they tend to turn brown. They tend to oxidize. That's why I put them into water, just to maintain the color. And then later on, I will show you how to make the potato salad. So for now, let's do some cooking. Getting our wedges or potato salad or whatever we're going to do, we need to have boiling water. So for me here, my water has been boiling. It's at boiling point like 100 degrees. So you want your water to be boiling. You have to put some salt in there to make sure that you season your potatoes very well. So we're going to pre-boil or parboil our potatoes for between 4 and 5 minutes. We don't want them to be overcooked. We just want them to be just cooked through, but still firm, because we're going to kind of double cook them or put them into oil to get the beautiful potato wedges that we're looking for. I'll just put even these ones. Okay. So we put our potato wedges into boiling water with salt. We cover them for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. They should be ready. Now, while they are ready, while they are rather boiling here for 4 minutes, I'm going to work on my garlic. I have 2 cloves of garlic here, just to give a nice, beautiful. So while our potatoes are boiling here, just for 4 minutes, I have a few cloves of garlic here that I'm going to just coarsely cut. We shall use just to get a little bit of flavor on our potatoes. And then we're going to drain out our potatoes here. As you can see, approximately 4 to 5 minutes. So we'll drain out all our potatoes. So our potatoes have picked a bit of seasoning from the salted water, which will help us to have them tasty and a little bit of salt. So we have drained our potatoes here. Just want to put them on a platter. Place them up here. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on the pan. You can put as much if you wanted to deep fry, but I prefer shallow frying them. As our oil is cooking, I have a few figs of rosemary here. This is just to garnish, but also because the potatoes are going to be hot, they'll give us some nice flavor that comes from the rosemary. So we'll have some rosemary, some garlic flavor, some nice magic in there. It will be very nice and you will love it. Now, just to be sure our oil is cooked through, this is one of the ways you can test. You can pick just one of your wedges and dip it. You hear that? Now, if it bubbles vigorously like that, that shows you your oil is ready. But again, you don't want your oil to be overcooked like smoking, because it will just kill the beauty of the potato. So that's a good way to test if your potato, or rather your cooking oil, is ready. So now we shall place our wedges. So as you can see, you want to give your potatoes time to cook and golden on one side. However, you just need to make sure they're not sticking on the floor of the pan. Just tap them gently, just to make sure they're not sticking. Perfect. So the cooking is almost halfway done by the time you put them into the oil. Now I have my tongs here. Just want to pick one and check and see. You see, it's now cooked through. We just want it to turn golden, so we'll leave it a little longer so it can give us that beautiful, nice gold color we're looking for. I have some garlic here. For those who have been watching from the other time, you remember we did our knife skills, so you remember everything about a stable cutting surface. So I just want to roughly just coarsely like that. Not minced, you don't want them to be minced, you just want them to be roughly just cut like that. Our potatoes are starting to golden, if you can see. So we'll take our tongs here. That's the kind of color that you're looking for on your potato. Something like that. See that nice beautiful gold. Oops. Okay. You have to be very careful so they do not burn. So you have to keep an eye on them. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take them out before we do the final plating. Just want to make sure you have a clear picture of what we are doing here. So here we have a nice beautiful potato wedges. This is one of the ways you can have potatoes in your house without actually having them the normal way. So from this, excuse me, so I'll have this here. Then I get my beautiful nice plate here. Now to extract flavor, to enhance flavor, because the potatoes are still warm, so get some garlic onto the base of your plate. And then again, a little bit of garlic, just to enhance flavor. So this is a very nice and easy, simple way of having potatoes in the house without having them the same way over and over again. So potato wedges here. I want to take a very short break. When I come back from the break, I will be showing you another way of working with the potatoes. However, I want to appreciate the Cooking School Uganda for making sure this show comes your way, and of course all our sponsors and NBS ORAs for making sure I share my afternoon with you. Catch you after the break. Welcome back from the break. I'm sure you're having a good time here. Chef, of course, from the Cooking School Uganda and all our sponsors coming your way. Now, I have my boiling water here, as you can see. I told you earlier we need to pre-boil our potatoes before we work with them. So our new potatoes here, washed, patted dry, just gonna place them into boiling water. Now, because these ones are whole, they're not like the wedges that we made, so we shall give them approximately 7 or 8 minutes, more or less double the time because they are thicker and bigger, just to cook through, and then we shall saute them. If you wanted, you could even half them, but I would prefer to work with them whole. So I'll put them here, cover, and give them approximately 8 minutes. They should be cooked through, and then we shall saute them and finish them off. So as our potatoes have been boiling here for 7 minutes, in the meantime, I took time off and just cut garlic plus rosemary and mixed it just very finely. In the first one, we used the whole figs. Here, I chopped the leaves to be very fine so we can get a beautiful, nice flavor. And our potatoes are, as we can see, cooked, but not entirely cooked through. Though they are soft enough, I'm going to show you how to test their readiness. Now, if you can see our potatoes, just to show you how to test and be sure they're cooked through, use the tip of your knife. If the tip just touches and it goes through right away, then you know your potato is cooked through. However, if you have a skewer, you can press it all the way through to know and to be sure that it's cooked through. So our oil here, it's a little bit too hot. I'm going to put it off aside a little bit because you don't want the temperature to be so high. Remember, we want to saute them. Now, I'm going to show you a very simple trick. With our potatoes here, because they are cooked through, we want to create a beautiful, nice crust. You can either use your knife just to gently press it as if it's cracking. You see that? That's what you want to have on your potato. Just a little kind of crack on the outside to make sure that when we put them on there, if you have a rolling pin, you can use the edge or the end of the rolling pin just to create that simple crack on your potatoes. But you do not want to bruise them, you don't want to crush them open. No, you just want to have a little crush. Because when we do the rosemary, the garlic, you want it to easily infuse its flavor into your potatoes. So, still, we want them just to have a beautiful, nice golden color. You have to be gentle with it. Just like that. Ooh. So we'll give them also approximately 2 minutes on each side, 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We keep flipping them to make sure we have the readiness that we're looking for, but also the color that we're looking for. Remember, when we put them into the water was boiling and salted. So it quickens the cooking, but it also infuses the salt into the potato. So by the time you work with it, it is already seasoned with the salt. I have my tongs here. Like I said, you need to keep flipping them individually to get that beautiful, nice gold color. You see that? That's what you're looking for. Something like that. Beautiful. I love it already. Oh my goodness. So we've turned them on one side. You see that beautiful, nice gold. That's what you're looking for, something very attractive, something very colorful. But in the meantime, as the other side is also cooking, I want to appreciate the Cooking School Uganda for making sure the chef comes your way every Sunday and share with you all these tricks and all these styles of cooking. And of course, all our sponsors and NBS making sure you have this show every Sunday. So our potatoes are now golden on one side, already attractive. I cannot wait. I just want to make sure I have a touch of gold almost on every side of the potato. So I'll try to place it on the edge. Place it on the edge. So even the middle, this round bit also turns gold. Now, if you have a kitchen towel, you can pat them dry with a kitchen towel or a kitchen paper, I should say. But that is the nice, beautiful golden color that you're looking for. On your simple sauteed potatoes here. So look at that. Beautiful, nice, attractive, delicious, totally different from what we had before, the potato wedges, but all done in a simple and easy way. So on the base, you just want to sprinkle and have a beautiful, nice layer, even layer of the rosemary and of course the garlic, so that when we place our potatoes, because they're still hot, they start to enhance the flavor that comes from the garlic and the rosemary getting infused into the potatoes themselves. So, I'll now pick my potatoes. The flavor has already started to, I like it, I like it. Oh my goodness. Just to show you different ways of working with your potatoes in your house so you don't get bored with the same old way. I want to take a very short break, but in the break, I want to appreciate, of course, the Cooking School Uganda for making sure the chef comes your way and shares the afternoon with all these tricks and styles of cooking, NBS Ores and all our sponsors for making sure we share with you all these. Catch you after the break. Welcome back from the break. It is the chef, of course, from the Cooking School Uganda here on NBS. I want to appreciate all our sponsors for making sure we come your way every Sunday. Today we are working with potatoes, and we have looked at different ways of working with our potatoes. So what I'm doing here is just to show you what I've done. Earlier on I told you we're going to make a potato salad. So what I've done is tube my potatoes, put them into salted water, give them a boil for approximately 4 to 5 minutes, and then cool them off and we shall make a salad. So what you do to make your dices, simple as that. So on top of that, I have some onions here. I have some coriander, but you could use parsley, some mayonnaise, and some salt. Simple as that. Now, in our episode before, when we began the show, I remember teaching you the different ways of cutting different vegetables, and one of them was working with onions. Remember that episode where people were crying, people were sending me messages, some cut themselves, others were still crying in the kitchen. Enough. Just want them a little more finer, so I will continue. As our potatoes are going, like I said, you could use coriander, but parsley is a better option, though I personally like the flavor that comes from coriander. And remember, this is something that you're making at home, so it comes back to your preference and your liking. So even the coriander is finely chopped. Our potatoes here have been cooking for approximately 4 minutes. They're still tough, you don't want them to mash, so we're going to drain out the water. Now here I have a colander. As you can see, you can use a strainer if you wanted. So I will now transfer my potato through the colander. The beauty about the colander is that when you pour everything there, the water strains through the perforation and strains down, and you remain with your beautiful, nice potatoes here. I'm just going to place them into cold water just to cool them off, because it's going to be just a cold salad. So I'm going to put them into cold water for approximately a minute or so, just to make sure the cooking is stopped and the temperature is at room temperature. So I'm going to strain my potatoes from the water, put them into the bowl, but still the easy way is again take them through the colander. If you were working in your home kitchen and you have got probably a sink at home, all you have to do is get this colander with the potatoes, put them under running water, let the cold water run over them. That way the temperatures will come down, the cooking will be stopped, and you're good to go. So from the colander into our bowl here. So to these, we're going to incorporate some mayonnaise. Remember, we're making just a simple potato salad, homemade, no magic, no science. Some onions, and you just want to toss. If you feel you need some more mayonnaise, toss. How much mayonnaise, how much onions is always going to depend on you. So a touch of coriander, just to give you a beautiful, nice color. If you wanted, you could use parsley. Like I said, parsley would give you the professional, original way, but depending on your preference and what you would love to have, it comes back to you. So a little bit more here. And that way, from your potato, you have a nice, beautiful potato salad. So this is what we've been able to come up with just simple potatoes or potatoes, diced them, boil them almost 3/4 so they are still firm. You don't want them to mash. And then we incorporated mayonnaise, some onions, some coriander to give us a beautiful, nice potato salad. This way, at home, you can have potatoes in various ways without getting bored. Of course, I would like to appreciate all our sponsors for making sure I share your afternoon with you. The Cooking School Uganda, where all these techniques and styles are coming from, NBS, Ores, and all our sponsors. Thank you so very much. For you that is watching, you're doing a great job. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, The Chef Henry, or even on YouTube if you've missed any of the episodes before. On YouTube, it is The Chef Henry. Like, share, let's get in touch, and we shall enjoy. And I promise you next time, you're going to even love it more. Catch you again next time, same time, in your living room.